Hello there everyone. So welcome to a new review. As promised, today we're going to review Supernova by Duane and Illusionist. This is a product that I wanted to review because on the site itself and even on Magic Cafe and different forums, people praise this a lot. But I've seen that there's not much talk about it on YouTube or an actual in-person conversation about the product. And I thought that this could be a good time for me to review it since I got it and tell you guys all about it. So where and what is Supernova and how much does it cost? So let's start with where to buy it and how much is it. The only place to buy it for now is on illusionist.com and it runs for $29.99 US dollars. Maybe I didn't check, but maybe it's available on Saturn Magic because I do know that Illusionist and them have some good connections, so some of their products go on that site as well. So you can always check there if you prefer, but essentially it's on illusionist.com. So what is the effect? The effect is essentially in three phases. The first effect is you can produce an 8-ball from either your phone or from a piece of flash paper. You can produce an 8-ball. So that's the first effect. The second effect is you take a signed coin and you make it vanish. So the coin completely vanishes. You can show your hands. And then what happens is the 8-ball that you produced, now you can kind of just shake it a little bit, put it over a flame, and boom, the 8-ball explodes and the signed coin comes out of the 8-ball. So that's essentially the effect and how it's structured. So now, what do you get with your purchase? First, I'll go over the video before going into the contents. So the video is a streaming video on the Illusionist site with different categories, and in the video it's Duane Williams and Peter Turner talking about and discussing different things of the effect. It's separated in different sections, and overall, if you put all the sections together, you're at around almost 2 hours of content of instruction between the two. So they discuss how to do everything, how to set up everything, how to build everything, every move, every slide, everything that you need to know in those videos. And you even have at the end just a walkthrough in the camera of the effect for you just to remember everything that you have to do. For example, if you know exactly what you have to do but don't know exactly the misdirection because you've not performed it in like a month, you can just go see that video, see every beat, everything that you need to do, and then just perform it. And I found that video really useful. And what you get? So you get this box here. Let me make sure that I do not flash the instructions because they're on the side of the box. So you get this box here with everything that you need. So what you get here, I can show you a part of it. So you get an actual 8-ball. So you get this 8-ball in the package. It's an actual 8-ball. And then you get what you need to make the gimmicks. So you get the 8-ball, what you need to make the gimmicks, and you do not get flash paper. If you want to perform it with the flash paper appearance like you should, you do not get the flash paper, you have to purchase it. Or if you want to do it from your phone, you do not get an app or images or anything. You have to do that yourself. So essentially you just get the products and the instructions. And the gimmicks, you get what you need to construct them. And let me tell you something about this. You get 50 of the gimmicks. Because you need 2 things to build your gimmicks. The first thing that you get is 50 and done. Once they're done, you're gonna have to repurchase others, and those are easily available anywhere. They're available on Amazon, so I'm guessing everyone has access to them, and they're around, I think, $4 for 50 of them. So the first part is really not expensive. The second one, you also get 50 of them, but you could, in some cases, reuse them. So I'd say maybe you'll get 80 performances out of them. And I'm guessing that those are the refills that you'll have to contact Illusionist about, because they did say that there's going to be refills, but I didn't see anything written on their site. So probably if you write an email, they'll send you the second part of the gimmick that you have to build. Or maybe they're even going to send you both items at the same time, because I don't see why not. So they could probably package both of them to you. And that I think that you should know. So now let's get into also the difficulty. I'll talk about the difficulty of making the gimmick first, and then we'll talk about the difficulty of the actual effect. So the difficulty of making the gimmicks is quite simple. It takes around, I'd say if you want to make it really, really nice, it takes around maybe 2 minutes to make a single gimmick for the effect. So if you want to be real nice, it takes 2 minutes to make the gimmick, and it's quite easy. If you're really young, maybe one single thing is going to be a little bit hard, but your parents are going to do it in 10 seconds for you. So that's not really an issue. So that's quite simple. And he even teaches you how to do it quick on the video instructions. But if not, there's plenty of videos on YouTube that I'm sure will teach you how to do it, because this is something that's easily accessible. And the difficulty of the effect, I'll tell you that this is not an easy effect. I'd say it's rather intermediate to advanced. You do need a lot of misdirection for this, because you're going to do a lot of bringing things in and bringing things out without people knowing due to misdirection. So in terms of sleight of hand, this is not a hard effect, but in terms of presentation, this can get a little bit hard if you have someone burning your hands, or people, filming your hands, or you doing it. Maybe they could catch certain things, because this is very performance heavy. So you do need to have the good performance environment to do this. And you're gonna need at least 2 pockets to perform this. So it could be either loose pants pockets, maybe jacket pockets, or suit pockets. Just this won't work on skinny jeans. You will not be able to do this if you're doing it with skinny jeans. You're gonna need a vest or something to do it, because the pockets need to be quite loose. So take that in mind. So in my opinion, this is quite intermediate to advanced effect. Is this usable, and where to use it? Of course, this is usable. This is a great effect. It will bring amazing reactions, but it does depend on where you use it, because this is not something you're going to use on the streets. It's almost, in my imagination, almost impossible to perform this on the street. Is close to impossible to perform this on the streets. And you could get away with it in parlor, but not in an incredibly big venue. For example, if it's a venue of, let's say, 30 people, then if you have your small table and people are around you, you could do it in a parlor setting. But this is also good for table hopping. So doing it from a table to the other, it's good with some drawbacks that I'll mention right now in the practicality section. So the thing about this practicality is, as you said, you always need your pockets, and the gimmicks, you're not going to be able to carry a lot of them with you. So what I mean by this is, probably per event, you're going to carry 2 or 3, most likely just 2. So you're not going to be able to perform this at every single table, one after the other, boom, 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 amazing reactions, incredible reactions at every table. This is something that you're not going to be able to do that with. So this is selective in a way. I mean, if you have an insanely big carrying case, you could probably make 5. But yet again, I wouldn't suggest doing this a lot of times. So this is something that is practical, but you do need pocket space, and quite a lot of it. And you do need to make the gimmicks and take into account that you won't be able to carry, especially on you, you're just going to be able to carry 1. So after you're done with the effect, you're going to have to put another gimmick on you to be able to perform. So you're going to have to deal with that when you perform the effect. So keep that in mind. Now, let's just get directly into the recommendations and verdict. So do I recommend this effect? Yes, in the right circumstances. If you do table hopping, or if you do corporate events, especially, that will work well, or a small parlor show, this is an incredible effect. It has visuals, it has appearances, it has vanishes, it has the noise, the sound effects that you need to draw people in. Especially at the end when you pop the 8-ball, it's a loud pop. You're gonna hear like poof, and you're gonna hear the quarter or whatever coin you signed fall on the table, and it's gonna create the visual and the hearing that you want people to experience, and is going to draw them closer. So let's say you do this to a table and someone's not really interested on the table next to it. When they see that boom and they hear people react, they're going to immediately be interested in what you did and talk about it, and maybe ask you to perform something for them as well. So this does have a lot of things that many tricks don't have. You have the fire if you choose to perform it with that, the sound, everything. It gives an incredible all-around performance. And even the stages, like I said, you have appearance, then vanish, then reappearance in an impossible location with signed object is really, really good. So let me wrap this up at around the 10-minute mark since we're here. I would give this a 9 on 10 or an 8.5 on 10. So 8.5, 9 on 10. I'm not really convinced on that because I've not really had the chance to perform it a lot. I just performed it to my family and some close friends when we went to their house for a visit. I performed it there and the reactions it got were amazing. So I'll base myself off that, but I can't really tell you in the long run or in, walking around environment. So I would stick with an 8.5, and maybe further on it would probably escalate to a 9. So this video already got long enough. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I always tell this at the end. I won't tell it to you at the beginning because I really appreciate you watching up until this point if you did. Thank you and see you in the next review. Bye bye.